Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. 3 News senior meteorologist Matt Wentz here. We've got a weather impact alert day again today. This is our final in this series for right now, but it's not for snow. It's for rain and wind. We are expecting a washout of an afternoon. Combine that with the fact we're going to have 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts at times, especially near the lake, and we're looking at a messy afternoon and evening. Any outdoor plans, even if you're heading from car to restaurant, you're going to be impacted by that as the rain and wind continues. Lake effect rain will kick in tonight and then that'll continue through tomorrow before finally coming to an end. So let's take you through it. As we go through time, a lot of rain coming off the lake. This is all product of a strong low pressure off the east coast. It's slinging a bunch of moisture back our way. That in combination with the fact we've got cooler air coming over our still warm lake water, relatively speaking, and we're going to have a lot of lake enhancement. So that's rain that's already coming in, and then we're adding lake effect moisture to it. So we could have some heavier embedded bands in here as we go throughout the afternoon. Moderate to heavy, steady rain. Combine that with that 40-mile-per-hour wind, and that's your mess this afternoon. On top of some of the snow melt from all the heavy snow we got out on the east side, we're going to have a lot of water on area roadways and area yards and all of that, which we could certainly use given the drought, but just not all at once, shall we? Here's your Friday evening. It's 11 o'clock. We're in the 40s. Driving wind and rain continues. Tonight, lake effect rain should start to back off a little bit, and we'll feature just some leftover showers around on Saturday mixed with drizzle and low clouds. Kind of a gray day outside, but we'll at least lose the strong winds and the heavy rain. Can't rule out a leftover shower Saturday night, and then we'll start to improve things on Sunday. We're actually looking at perhaps a peak of sun on Sunday mixed with clouds, but it looks to be dry. How much rain? I could see over an inch falling where it falls, consistently with some of this lake enhancement coming in. I think our model's a little underdone, but either way, we're talking over a half an inch for a lot of locations. Great for area reservoirs and lakes and all that stuff that need filled up from that drought. Weekend forecasts, again, better on Sunday. We'll be in the 50s with that mix of clouds and sun. Attention then goes to next week, all right? Not just for Thanksgiving and all the traveling that you have to do, but for the weather pattern, we are still conducive to produce big storm systems across the eastern half of the country with storm tracks or train tracks, so to speak, where those storms go, laying right across the Ohio Valley as cold air lies to the north and warmer air down to the south. So as of right now, this is the Euro model run. It keeps us dry on Sunday, which I totally agree with, and it brings in a cold front. Most of the models agree with this. A cold front comes in Monday and a Tuesday, and that would just bring a smattering of showers in here. The Euro has that low strengthening off towards our east, so some more rain possible early Tuesday. But not a huge deal Monday or Tuesday if you're traveling. As we get it into Wednesday, though, we're going to bring a new system in. And remember, this is that same system we've been talking about. If you've joined us over the last 4 or 5 days, we've been picking up on some kind of big low developing down the Ohio Valley. This is the latest Euro run. This is late Wednesday. We're dry with rain moving in. As of right now, it looks like the low is going to head south of us. Depending on how much cold air we have, we could have some rain-snow mix, maybe all snow, maybe all rain. It all depends on how far north this low goes, but that would move in Thanksgiving morning. Then as we go throughout the day, your Macy's Day Parade would be wet out in New York, and then by Friday, low pressure takes shape on the East Coast. We start to play with some cold air and watch how this cold air wraps into this system, says the Euro, next weekend with driving cold, our first Arctic hit of air of the year, and we would have widespread lake effect snow and snow showers around the Great Lakes. Some of that could really pile up. In terms of how much, well, it's too early to tell, but we look at this for trends, and you can see there are some decent lake effect totals coming in. This one on the west side. We'll see if that happens, but either way, it's going to turn snowy around here as it looks into the following weekend. All right, so that's when you're traveling back from your Thanksgiving plans. Another big travel day next Sunday. So a lot of action coming our way. Union Home Mortgage 10-day. There's your weather impact alert day today. Notice how we dry out on Sunday. A few showers to start the week, and then it becomes a better, heavier rain potential, with that changing over to snow later next week. I do have us dropping down into the low 30s, if not upper 20s by next weekend. But keep in mind, this forecast could change, especially next week, as we'll continue to fine-tune where that low goes and what kind of impacts it brings us here locally.